Big news from the NBA ahead of the draft on Wednesday. The Knicks have added another former Villanova player to join their other three. Adrian Wojnarowski reports that the Knicks sent a bunch of assets to Brooklyn to acquire Mikal Bridges from the Nets. The Nets get Bogdan Bogdanovic, 4 unprotected first-round picks, a protected first-round pick via the Bucks, an unprotected pick swap, plus a second-rounder for Mikal Bridges. Bridges has been the consummate professional in his career. He's asked to defend the best players on a nightly basis and has improved his scoring over the last 2 seasons. Last year, he averaged nearly 20 points per game, the third highest scoring average by a player with at least 800 defensive matchups against all-stars. Bridges, with a real succinct reaction to the trade on social media, saying simply, "This is crazy, LOL." Meanwhile, Josh Hart, one of those Villanova Knicks, expressed his excitement by posting a picture of all 4 former Villanova teammates on a group video chat. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Bridges, and Hart, all there. As we mentioned, Adrian Wojnarowski broke this story, and he joins us now on SportsCenter. They really do love those Villanova guys with the Knicks, Woj. How did this come about for New York?
Stan, the Knicks were determined to acquire Mikal Bridges, and they have been gathering up draft assets for years to get into the position to overwhelm somebody with an offer for a player they very much wanted. They didn't do it with Donovan Mitchell 2 years ago, but they did it today for Mikal Bridges. And what the Knicks are doing is trying to load up on big-time two-way wing players to take on the NBA champion Boston Celtics in the East. They get one with Mikal Bridges, and now they'll try to re-sign OG Anunoby, to bring back against the Celtics next year a group that can certainly score and, more importantly, guard that team. But there were other teams who wanted to get at Mikal Bridges. He has been a coveted asset around the league, just one of the really unique, versatile player who just fits anywhere. And now the 4 Villanova players are back together, 2 national championships at Villanova, and now they'll try to win a championship in New York.
So you mentioned Anunoby. He's a free agent. So is Isaiah Hartenstein. What does this mean for him?
Listen, the Knicks are going to be aggressive in keeping OG Anunoby. It's going to be much more difficult, though, now for them to be able to pay and keep Isaiah Hartenstein. They have Mitchell Robinson on their roster, but the marketplace and what's available to Hartenstein out there may beat the Knicks, but certainly they want to bring back OG Anunoby and certainly have the opportunity to do that. But landing Mikal Bridges, in a league where he was, again, coveted in both the Eastern and Western Conference, significant. And if you're the Knicks and you're trying to do a trade with the Nets, you're probably not winning a tiebreaker. You had to overwhelm the others who were pursuing them, and Leon Rose and the Knicks did that tonight. 4 unprotected first-round picks, a pick that they have from Milwaukee in 2025, pick swap, a second round. They paid a steep price to Brooklyn for Mikal Bridges.
So now what's the thinking in Brooklyn now that they have all these picks?
16 first-round picks now in Brooklyn through 2031. They did another deal tonight with the Houston Rockets, I'm told. They got back their own picks from the James Harden trade, and they sent the Rockets 2 of the picks they have from the Phoenix Suns. And now the Nets are in position. Look at the 2025 draft, which is loaded. There is real star power in next year's draft. The Nets have 4 first-round picks potentially in that draft. And, take a look at what their roster may look like. They may be very well competing, to be at the very top of that lottery. And so I think when the Nets really didn't see in the marketplace a chance to bring back a star player right now who they could pair with Mikal Bridges, it became a situation where they looked to see what was available out there. They knew Bridges, the idea of playing with the Knicks appealed to them. The Knicks know, even with a couple years left on his deal, they'll have every opportunity to be able to keep Bridges long term. But the Nets, you go back to the Kevin Durant trade, the Kyrie Irving trade, they brought back 9 first-round picks from those deals, pick swaps, and they may still bring in more assets before the draft is over tomorrow night. The Nets are really in tremendous position now to rebuild this organization. You saw Sean Marks do it once when he first took over with the Nets with far less draft assets. And now Joe Tsai, their owner, will look to him, to do this again. They kind of were 1 foot in, 1 foot out with Bridges, but the Nets have a clear direction now, and they are loaded going forward with draft assets.
One more thing we saw you post, Woj, about the situation with the Rockets and their interest in Kevin Durant. Can you clarify some of that for us?
Yeah, listen, now that the Rockets have the Suns' first-round picks, if there comes a time when Phoenix, can't go, doesn't go forward with this group, if this group has to disassemble at some point, Houston's a team now, whether it's Kevin Durant, but I think even more so a younger Devin Booker, who's I think timeline fits with this Houston team. The Rockets are in position now if they want to pursue players on that Suns team. But right now, Phoenix, they want to run this team back this season. They're determined to win with this group. But certainly for Houston now, it just gives them an arsenal in the future if something does change in Phoenix.
All right, but the big news, Mikal Bridges heading across the bridge from the Nets to the Knicks. If it's happening in the NBA, Adrian Wojnarowski is on it. Woj, we always appreciate it.